An excellent exercise for experiencing the delight of residue is this exercise from the Tibetan practice of Kumnay. And we sit and we imagine that the webbing between the fingers has somehow gotten glue on them. And we interlace the fingers. And then it's very helpful to sit with excellent alignment so that the heart is wide open, the spine is straight as in meditation, and we're going to start to gradually pull the hands apart, but still imagining that the webbing between the fingers has been glued together.
And you hold the hands kind of at a comfortable level with the shoulders relaxing, continuing to pull apart, but the hands are not dropped down low, nor are they lifted high. It's just kind of right in front of the body.
And the gaze is soft and steady, and as if it didn't bother you that someone glued the webbing of your fingers together. And you're just pulling, very gradually increasing the pull. Staying with the breath. And if you have time, this exercise can be extended. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but we'll just pull a little bit longer.
Keep breathing.
And it's getting to be quite a strong pull. And perhaps there's a little bit of stretching in the skin between the fingers. In fact, it's becoming an extremely strong pull. Perhaps it's all my strength. There's almost there's a stretch in the skin.
And keep pulling.
High breaks. And there's this floating, and gradually, and
as soon as you name it, as, oh, there's the residue, you've pulled yourself out of it. So,
but for that one, there's enough residue, you could go back and still feel that there is residue.
And residue, like we've said, is, an important part of the yoga practice, an important part of learning, is that aspect of mind, of understanding, of physical sensation that is outside of our conception, that is outside of categorization. And it is very often in the residue where the real insights reside. So when we embody this glorious feeling of physical residue, it tunes us up to look for residue elsewhere, off the mat and in our interactions with others and in the world. So there's another practice for the physical experience of residue, where we create a feeling of residue on the head. And this actually also is very helpful to do if you are feeling a little bit sort of scattered or even tired or confused. And there are a couple of different ways you can do this, but I'll guide you through one. And so at first, just again, find a good, comfortable seated position where you're dropping down, feeling the support of the floor beneath you, the breath that is going out, dropping to earth, the apana, connecting to earth, the prana, the inhale, lifting you up. And take just a few rounds of the breath and let the mind settle. Hear the sound of the breath. So we make that ujjayi sound, the very gentle aspirate sound with the breath. And soften the tongue and soften the palate, release tension in the jaw. And steady, steady gaze. And for this, in the beginning, bring awareness to your face and to the head in general. Just noticing whatever sensations present themselves to you there. And then zero in with your awareness to the area right about at your temples, just to the sides of your eyes, outer edges of your eyes, that soft spot on the sides of your head. And take the first two fingers of each hand and place the fingers very gently on the temples. And notice the temperature of the fingers as they touch the temples. It may be that they're the same temperature, maybe not. And then continue to soften the gaze and continue to steady the gaze and continue to breathe. And then slowly, with a very gentle amount of pressure, start moving the fingers in a circular form, sort of drawing circles on the side of your head, slowly at first. But don't push too hard, just gently, almost as if you're trying to just move the skin as subtly as you can. And then speed that circular pattern up a little. Keep the eyes steady. And then speed up the circular pattern. Rubbing gently, keep the pressure very, very soft. And then it may turn out that instead of doing a circle, you push back and forth, as quickly as you can, but very gently, noticing the feeling of the fingers touching the skin, the feeling of the skin with the fingers touching it, and keep rubbing back and forth for just a few more rounds of the breath. Steady eyes, gentle, gentle rubbing, but quickly, quickly rubbing. And then stop. And the hands drift down by the side. And just notice. Notice the difference in sensation. Notice the pattern of sensation as it evolves, as it changes. And then one more, a similar kind of thing, where take the first two fingers of one hand and find the spot sort of between the two eyebrows. And again, as you place the fingers on the forehead, notice the feeling on the forehead of fingers touching. Notice the feeling in the fingers as they touch the forehead. And slowly, very gently, not much pressure, start moving the fingers in a circular position, circular form. Just moving the skin, keeping the eyes steady, posture good, and speed up the movement of the fingers a little bit, and then at some point it'll just feel natural to, instead of making a circle, sort of go back and forth, rubbing very, very gently but quickly. And notice the feeling of the fingers touching the skin of the forehead. Keep rubbing. The fingers touch the forehead. A couple more rounds of the breath, rubbing, and then stop. Awareness in the middle of the forehead. And notice too the feeling and sensation of the temples and the forehead again. And the wave pattern, the change and the shift. Good. Thank you.